Carrying on. Here's Ange now.
And here is the Europa League winning manager, Ange Postecoglou. A big sigh there, Ange. You've ended Spurs' 17-year trophy drought, their first European Cup since '84. Just tell us what was going through your mind on that final whistle.
Look, I'm still kind of taking it all in. It's I know what it means for this football club, you know, and unfortunately, the longer it goes on, it's harder to break that cycle sometimes. And you know, even I could sense some nervousness in everybody at the club because they've been in a situation before, and until you get that, until you break that sort of, take that monkey off your back, you never understand what it feels like. And we've got a really young group, but I'm hoping them tasting this now and the success they have, you guys will know it feeds into itself. You know, they feel differently about themselves, and mainly for the supporters, because you know, there's probably been supporters here who've been following us for those 41 years. We haven't won one in Europe, and 17, you know, and just what it means to them, it's incredible.
And I think you was criticised quite a lot during the season, and people saying, "Oh, where's the plan B," etc. I think at times in Europe, today especially, you showed there's a different way that you can set a team up to play. What was the reasons for doing that today compared to what you've been doing before?
I've always felt that kind of knockout football is different from your league football, you know. When you're in that situation, it comes down to really good organisation, you know, having a real clear game plan, and then moments. And if you can minimise your moments the opposition have by having a really strong foundation. And to be honest, I felt, look, having Romero, Van der Ven, Udogi, Porro, Vicario in goal, we haven't had that luxury a lot. And with Basuma and Bentancur, I just felt we were going to be really hard to break down. We could have been a little bit better in transition today. I thought we had our moments. We could have worked that better, but I always felt comfortable that if we got ahead, that we could sort of negate, you know, most of what Man U were going to throw at us.
Congratulations, Ange. And you said you were going to win something in that second year, and you bloody well went and done it. Good man. So pleased for you.
Thank you.
Really pleased for you.
Thank you.
And do you think that helped the players? When you said that, come out and said that, the pressure was on you, but did it help them? Did they believe a bit more?
Yeah, I think people misinterpret it. It wasn't me boasting. It was me just making a declaration. And I believed it. You know, at the time I said it, you know, I was still in the Carabao Cup. I just had this thing inside me that more than anything else, and I know our league form's been terrible, nowhere near good enough and unacceptable, but us finishing third wasn't going to change this football club. The only thing that was going to change this football club is us winning something. And when I said that, that was my intent. I'm not afraid to declare it. If I fell short, I was happy to cop it, but I believed it inside me that was my ambition. I wanted it stated. I couldn't expect anyone from the club to say that because the club's been so close, but I could say that, and I was prepared to wear it if it didn't happen. The beauty of it is people kept reminding me of it, but the reason they kept reminding me of it was that we were still a chance to do it, so I was comfortable with it.
I bet you feel like getting it printed on a T-shirt now, Ange, and walking around in it. So how does this change the perception of the club and also the way that the club perceives itself?
I think that's the more important thing. It's how the club perceives itself, you know. I felt it's just, you know, being at the club for the last couple of years, it seems, you know, and because of what's happened in kind of its history, that people are quick to take shots at the club, and I felt at times the club hasn't defended itself as strongly as it should. And I understand that because people have been here a long time and they haven't got anything to sort of lean onto, but I'm hoping this does, you know. There's no reason now why they can't go into next year believing they can win again and another trophy, and building a team that consistently strives to win things. And I think if you see yourself in that way, irrespective of what the noise is from the outside, I mean, that's what the great clubs do, you know. They expect success because they've had it, you know, and hopefully this taste of it takes the club forward.
And I think you've unfairly at times been criticised. You've been taking quite a lot of shots in press conferences in different parts of the media. And I think there's been a lot of people saying, listen, they could see you winning this game and saying, after 2 years, I said I'd do it, I could walk away. Where's your mind at now after a game like this and winning?
Again, you know, I've had such a laser focus on winning this thing. Whatever happens, happens. I said yesterday, we're still building this team. It's still a very young team. We need to add some experience to it. We're in the Champions League. My thought process and what I've been doing this year is trying to build a team that can be successful for 4 or 5, 6 years. Now, but I'm the manager of the football club. That decision is not in my hands. It doesn't affect me though. Like, if it was going to affect me, you would have seen it in the build-up to here. All I cared about is this thing, you know. Having this thing around my neck, 'cause if I did, that meant that this football club has won a trophy.
But now you've got that thing, do you feel like just doing the mic drop, or do you want to stay and build something with this club?
No,
do you want it to be you?
I've said that, you know. Like I said, I don't feel like I've completed the job yet. We're still building. But the moment I accepted the role, I had one thing in my head, and that is to win something, more than anything else. And we've done that now, so I want to build on it.
Can I ask you as well about Sonny?
Yeah.
You made him captain. How much did you want that for him tonight after 10 years loyal service to the club?
Yeah, massive. And these two guys will tell you that we've had some unbelievable champion footballers come to this football club. Harry's a prime example, but there's so many I could go through that haven't had a day like this. And I wanted a day like this for Sonny, you know, because, you know, he's done everything he can in the last 10 years to try and get this feeling, and for one reason or another it hasn't worked. So, you know, it was kind of something in my head, and I've spoken to the players a lot about it, that, you know, outside the dressing rooms in the hallway there's photos of the winning teams, you know, and I said to Sonny, we've got to get you up there, you know.
He's a legend now.
And he there now, so he deserves it.
You've made a bunch of legends now. They're going to be written in the folklore of this football club forever. Looking forward past that, recruitment season's coming now. Have you now got a different list compared to what you would have had?
Give him a chance. He just won a trophy.
I want to see who's coming in the building.
Look, I think there's an opportunity here. That's my belief, you know, because you build on this, the feeling that those players in there, they'll want this again.
Yeah.
Because until you feel it, you can't describe it to people. You know, until you win something, you can tell them how it's going to feel, but they've got it now, and they're not going to want to let it go. But we need to build on that for sure.
And congratulations.
Brilliant.
Well done. Thank you.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done, Ange.